Hey y'all, it's Kirsten. Today I have a short, fun little video for you guys. As you can see in the title, I have 5 ballerina life hacks for you guys that I'd like to share. I certainly have more than 5 and I'll probably chat about those in the future, but for today I just came up with these and I thought it would be fun to share just in case you hadn't heard of any of them. Maybe they'll make your life a little bit easier in the studio. So here's the first thing a lot of people don't consider. Often as you dance a lot, your calves tend to get very tight because those are the muscles, obviously, that help to point your feet. Pointing your feet happens a lot in ballet, so thusly, very tight calves. So what I like to do, instead of whipping out a ball or like a tennis ball or like a roller, a lot of times when teachers are showing the combinations, I will just put my leg up on the bar and roll out my calf on the bar. And this works wonders. It really is nice because especially since you can like find a tight spot and just leave your leg there and kind of press your body into it a little bit. It's really nice since you don't have to mess with any other tools and you can just kind of rub your calf over the bar like this, or like I said, just leave it there. It's really nice. Give it a try, as well as using the foot of the bar. A lot of people know about this anyway, but kind of like the center bars, if they have, well, obviously they have the stands, you can just stand on them and rub your feet back and forth to massage out the bottom of your feet as well. The second tip will definitely help you guys who dance for long hours, and oftentimes, as you might know, when you're dancing for long hours in rehearsals, there are a lot of periods where you'll be dancing a lot and then just kind of be standing on the sides while someone else rehearses, and this can just wreak havoc on your muscles. For me, I just build tension really easily in my muscles. It's really hard to just relax and not have like super tight muscles all the time, and I find that I'm more prone to injury when I don't keep warm constantly, and it's really hard to just constantly keeping yourself warm during rehearsal. You can exert a lot of energy just trying to prevent yourself from getting cold and stiff. So what I like to use is this rub. This is kind of like the natural essential oil equivalent to icy hot, so you can use that as well. For me, I have really sensitive skin, and I actually find that I react kind of badly to icy hot. It actually like burns my skin. So that's unpleasant, but I enjoy using Deep Blue. This is from doTERRA, the essential oils brand. I use a ton of essential oils. I'm a big believer in them for kind of like a natural remedy to pain or just really any sort of issue. So I'll probably do a whole separate video on that in the future, but for now I recommend something like this that will, like if you put it on your calves or any sort of area, you could put it on a large or small area in a thin layer or a thicker layer if you really don't want to feel like any pain. It not only gets rid of pain, but I find that if I spread this on my calves and then put a leg warmer over it, or if you're not allowed to wear leg warmers, it works without it too. It'll just keep my muscles so like warm and relaxed, and some of that cooling sensation that comes before the warmth really just helps to kind of like ease the pain away or the tension, especially if you struggle with tendonitis. It's just really nice. So I recommend using something like Deep Blue or Icy Hot to just keep you warm, relaxed, and just not full of tension when you're not dancing. The third thing is for all the ladies out there wearing pointe shoes. If you, again, are dancing a lot and you are constantly having to sew shoes, obviously you're tired of spending a lot of time on that. So I found that if I use a thicker thread, especially if it's kind of waxed, like the one that comes in this bun head stitch kit, or bun heads, yeah, bun heads plural, stitch kit, they have a thicker waxed thread that I don't actually have to double up in order to get really secure stitches. So not only does it help the stitches stay in, but I can actually spend less time sewing my pointe shoes because I can do a lot less stitches on my ribbons and elastics to keep them secure. So I just do like 3 or 4 going in and out and tie it off, and that is one side of the elastic or ribbons done. So it really helps. And actually another tip is that if you can't find thread like that, you can use dental floss, the waxed kind, not unwaxed, and that will hold pretty well. Also, if you only have thin thread, you can loop it through twice So, loop it through the thread. Instead of tying it again, you can actually start with a really, really long thread, fold it in half, and then put the folded end through the eye of the needle and tie it off. So you actually have 4 strings or 4 pieces of thread that you're weaving in and out of your point shoe. And it's actually really not hard to do, and it'll make a much more secure stitch. So that's just another tip for all of my point shoe wearers out there. The 4th tip is one that is quite popular in the professional realm, especially if you like to wear your tights over your leotard and you like to fold them over so that it's not sitting like up here, but instead like more on your hips. And I do this to almost all of my tights now. It's kind of a habit. Even though my tights aren't too big for me, I just snip a little piece out of the back, and I didn't actually cut it in a triangle. I just did like a 1-inch kind of incision in there, and just kind of clipped off the sharp edge that was just bunching up. And it just adds a little bit more stretch to the waistband, so that when I fold over my tights, because I do like to wear my pink tights over my leotard a lot of the time, but this does apply like if you're wearing a low back leotard and you're still wearing your pink tights under your leotard, you can just fold the tights down to your hips, and this will help it not like pinch at your waist or have like kind of a bump. Even like people who are itty bitty, like they still experience kind of some pinching with their tights. So this is just a really nice tip for extra comfort and just ease in wearing tights. The last tip I have is probably one you've heard of before, but I know a lot of different people have different methods for keeping the heels of their point shoes on as they perform or just during rehearsal, whenever. Some people use hairspray, some I think some use tape, like put kind of a sticky tape, like a foam tape, inside of the shoe, and that'll help it stick to your tights. My favorite thing to do is not using water or anything like that. I just put rosin on the inside of my heel directly to the tights, and then slip my point shoe on, and the heel of the point shoe and the tights will really stick together because of that rosin, and for the most part it washes right out whenever you put your tights in the washer. And I find that it just puts my mind at ease. Like, I know the heels of my point shoes really aren't going anywhere, and that's really nice to have that reassurance, especially when you're performing. So that is it for my 5 ballerina life hacks. I hope some of these were new to you and that you find some good use out of them. Share this with your friends if you think that they haven't heard of these before, and subscribe if you're not already. Check out my Facebook page for Twin Talks Ballet, where you'll get more updates from me and you can ask me questions. And I think that is it for all the updates. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you probably on Saturday for my next upload. Bye!